Hello, thank you for joining. My name is Greg Nelson. I'm the owner of a sales training company called The Hard Knock State. Hey, I wanted to come talk to you today about the topic of getting paid uh, by commission or getting paid an hourly wage or a salary. What you think is, I'd love to get your insight on what you feel is best and why that is. And I'm going to definitely kind of go through some material here on why I believe commission is the way that we should all be paid. Not only uh, for unlimited prosperity, but also to just have complete control over our own lives. And so, commission versus hourly rate. With that, here, I got to tell you, I've been in the automotive industry for over 20 years. I've been a sales professional for 20 years, been in business for 30 plus years. I actually started out in my own business at the age of 13 when I took on a newspaper out at that time, a period of time uh, when they actually had print media newspapers before smartphones and internet. Newspapers were massive, and so I had a delivery route before I went to school in the morning. It was a 7 day a week operation. I was so ambitious and wanted to make even more money in the same area, the same neighborhood where I would deliver, 60 plus papers in the morning. I would pick up an afternoon paper route to where I would pick up another 60 to 80 customers with a completely different newspaper company. So I'd get up to, go to work. I'd start delivering my newspapers at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'd come home at 7 o'clock, get ready for school, head on off to school, come home after school, hit my newspapers and either get in onto my studies, my after school studies, or my after school sporting activities. And then that kind of instilled this work habit into me to go out and produce and create my own income. And since then, I've worked both hourly wages, been paid a salary. I've been paid salary plus commission in some jobs. And then I've worked 100% commission. Primarily for the past 20 years, I've worked 100% commission. Actually, if you think about it and what a commission really is, I've pretty much worked my whole life on commission. Hourly wage, there was a period of time for about 10 or 15 years where I did work for an hourly wage. But I'm going to run through some of the pros and cons here. Before I do that, I would love to talk to you about my company, The Hard Knock State. I know that's a little bit hard to see right there, but right now I have on sale a 12-month training program called the Complete Sales Mastery. And with that, what you'll get 12 months of access to Cardone University, Grant Cardone's Cardone University, with over 800 business and sales training courses. You'll also get 4 months, that's 16 group coaching sessions of weekly group training where we cover 9 10x sales professional courses. We've over the past week, we've done about 4 or 5 live streams, and we've covered some different topics. Three out of those 4 live streams have been part of the 10x sales professional courses. These are proven successful sales strategies that Grant Cardone has used, currently still uses, and his organization uses and has used for over 40 years. It works. I've took this material on and studied it. Started really taking the deep dive into it in 2015, where I was an automotive sales professional. About a year later, my sales throughout the year started inclining rapidly. I became a top producer at the sales organization I was with. And then shortly after that, in the turn of 2016, 6 months into 2016, I got promoted into sales management, where I helped train and coach sales professionals for the next 6+ years. And so I have broken off, started my own sales training company, became a licensee for Grant Cardone, and became certified to deliver his 10x sales training material to you. And so with that, I have on my website, I have over 18 products. And if you're in sales, or if you're thinking about getting into sales, maybe 2023, you set a New Year's resolution to go out and get a new job, maybe a new career, maybe you're in a labor type job that you're getting paid an hourly wage right now, or maybe it's piecework, and you're really you're tired of waking up every morning and pain and agony from putting your body through all that. Gosh, I know, because I've done it. I've done construction, I've done framing, I've done labor work, I've done remodels, concrete. I get it. I understand. It's hard, getting up, having to stomp around in the mud and the rain, and trying to put up a building or a house, or lay concrete in a mud pit. I get the pain that you're going through. The great thing about sales, I got to tell you, if you're thinking about making a change, your earning potential is absolutely unlimited in most cases. Most sales organizations, they do not cap your earning potential. In addition, most sales organizations don't require a degree or special schooling or knowledge. In fact, most places, retail, commission sales environments you walk into, they'll train you and let you practice on their customers. And hopefully, great organizations don't practice on customers, but they do provide some sort of in-house training and product training, so you can find your way to make a good living. However, with the Complete Sales Mastery, my Complete Sales Mastery program, this is a way that I know after 3 months of this 12-month training program that you'll get in, you'll hit the ground running. You can get in after Q1 of 2023. So after 3 months of 90 days of going through this 12-month program, I guarantee you can get into a sales organization, and you can start running at levels of people that have been there 3, 4, 5 years, and you could probably run, and eventually you'll get up to a top producer status. 12 months of Cardone University, that's over 800 business and sales training courses. Companies who use Cardone University, as large as Google, Microsoft, Audible, Salesforce, Ashley Furniture, BMW, Ford, Chrysler, and the U.S. Army also uses Cardone University. There's been over 1 billion courses taken, and there's currently to date 400,000 active users. It is the #1 business training platform in the world. And so you'll get access to that for 12 months, plus you'll pick up live 4 months, that's 16 individual weekly group training sessions where you can hop into a classroom environment. We'll go over one of 9 Grant Cardone's 10X Sales Professional courses, and you'll learn topics such as the principles of a top sales producer, the 10X sales process. You'll go through a 2-week master course on closing and negotiations, and that's how to get your customer to say yes, part 1 and part 2. We'll learn phone sales mastery and 10X follow-up, plus a few more courses thrown into that. These are 45-minute courses where we go over the material, and then there'll be 10 or 15 minutes left over for Q&A. If you have a problem or situation you need to work through, maybe that you're currently going through at your current position, maybe you have questions that need to get answered before you can commit to making the jump into the sales industry, that's what the Q&A is all about. As a sales professional, and have helped hundreds of salespeople already make that transition and become successful in the sales industry, I want to make sure that kind of help is available to anyone who needs it. With being in sales for over 20 years and having had coached and trained sales professionals in a kind of more or less a corporate setting, corporate environment, it really became my passion to help people understand that they can get whatever they want out of life through a successful and rewarding career in sales. And so it is my mission from now until the end of time that I'm going to help 10 million people understand and teach them how they can live a successful, rewarding career in sales. And so I want to talk to you today about commission versus hourly rate, why I feel that's important. And let's go ahead and add some of this information here to the stream. If you have any questions about, or you want to voice your opinion about being paid a commission versus being paid an hourly rate or a salary, do me a favor. Give us a call. The phone number is 360 615 2070. That's the office of the Hard Knock State. I'm getting my calls on this live stream transferred right to my cell phone. So 360-615-2070. We'd love to take your calls and chat with you and get your questions answered or get your opinions heard. So give us a call at 360-615-2070. And hourly rate and salary versus commission. So which is it that you prefer? Is it going to get you where you want to go in life? Is it going to get you to where you need to go? And have you done the math in order to get there? These are some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. I got to tell you, being a sales professional for the past 2 decades, I got to tell you, I believe commission is the way to go. There's going to be some more commission pros that I'm going to bring up in addition to what's on these slides here. But let's run through this real quick. Here's some pros on working by commission. No special skills or schooling is required for most jobs. No need to know how to operate special equipment or any fancy software. You can work in all environments, conditions, and climates. Countless industries need salespeople and are willing to pay generously. In many 100% commission jobs, your earning potential is unlimited, and you can start making money from your first sale. Many commission jobs also offer flexible schedules. I know we are hiring for 5 different territories in Western Washington right now, looking for talented sales individuals. It is a 100% commission job, selling coaching and training material to businesses and individuals that are looking and in need of sales training assistance. With that, it's a flexible schedule. It's you work remotely from your home. You wake up in the morning, you hit your home office, you hit your kitchen table with your laptop, and we start reaching out to the contacts and setting up appointments to meet them at their place of business or via Zoom or online, where we can go over and demonstrate what our products and services can do for them and their companies. So many of these jobs offer flexible hours, and all they care about and is the bottom line is production. And so as long as you're able to produce and able to turn in the results that the company is looking for, many times they don't care if you take a day off here or there. Once the skill has been learned, the skill of sales, because it is a skill, it's a trade, just like being a plumber or an electrician, or even going through, the typical 8 years of college to become a doctor. You won't need 8 years of schooling to go through this. But once this skill has been learned, it can be transferred from industry to industry. And so that is probably one of the coolest things ever. You can learn the skill of sales. You could be selling in the construction industry for 5 years. You can maybe something happens in the future, 5 years down the road, that is prohibiting the sales of construction or construction materials. Maybe there's another shortage, supply chain issues like we just currently experienced. It would allow you to take those skills and go to a different industry where business is plentiful, because the basis and the process of selling will remain the same, no matter whether you're selling insurance, automobiles, or construction or remodeling, home improvement. Once the skill has been learned, you can take it to any industry. Phone lines are open. If you have any questions or have any opinions on commission versus hourly rate, give us a call, 360-615-2070. I also believe uh, with the pros to being a commission earner, it not only drives the person who is working for a 100% commission, drives them for greatness, drives them for constant prosperity. They don't have to wake up in the morning and stumble around and drag their butt into work, punch a clock, and go stand at a checkout line, or go stroll the aisles of a grocery or a hardware store, and then again start having to use their body for labor and exchange bodily work for an hourly wage. The great thing about sales is typically you get a desk. You get a desk, you get a computer, you get a phone. In many cases, and I know there are a few industries that don't provide it, but they'll provide you with business cards. They'll provide you with the tools needed to succeed. Automotive and a lot of retail stores will also pay for advertising to drive traffic and leads into that store. So that's what's called inside sales. There are companies like ours that we're outside sales, where we actually go out and create our own leads and our own prospects and our own clients. But that drives us, that commission, knowing that if we don't sell something today, we're not going to eat. And so being able to have that eat what you kill mentality is awesome. And it gives you a real sense of control about everything. If you want to raise, you don't need to sheepishly walk into your boss's office and ask for a raise. All you got to do is improve yourself, get better at your skill, get better at your craft, and go out, sell more, and earn more. And I got to tell you, for most sales associates out there right now, we're just talking, everyone in the middle of your pack. So if you have your sales board at your sales organization, if you're in there now, everybody in the middle of the pack who is, they're good and they're producing well enough to keep their job, but they're not producing at levels high enough to create an absolute amazing lifestyle for them and their family. And so my goal is to help the new hires, the green peas, the intermediate skilled sales level associates, and the average performers, and help them find a way. Hey, if an average performer was able to find a way just to sell 3 more units per month, it would mean a lifestyle change, not only to their monthly income, but their yearly income as well. And if you could sell 3 more units per month and do that consistently, month in and month out, for a 12-month rolling average, you will be in a different lifestyle. Now, if we could take that 3 and multiply that into 6, look out, baby. You can write your own ticket. And that's exactly what we want to do. And so the Complete Sales Mastery, again, is on sale through January 31st. And that's 12 months of Cardone University. Go to thehardknockstate.com and scroll to the bottom of the website. On the bottom of the website, let's see if this will come up here. On the bottom of the website, at the bottom of the product page, on the right-hand side, you'll see the Complete Sales Mastery course. So we'll get down to the very bottom here, go through all the different products. Right over here on the lower right-hand corner is the Complete Sales Mastery. We're going to click on that. That's going to open up 12 months of access to Cardone University. You'll learn topics, courses in Cardone University like cold calling, prospecting, closing and negotiations. You'll learn the sales process. You'll learn overcoming objections, and much more. With that, you're going to get 12 months of access and 4 months of live training access once a week during our weekly group training sessions, where we cover 9 10X Grant Cardone's 10X sales professional courses. These are proven successful. This material is proven successful by Grant and his team for 40 years. And so I guarantee you do this, you pick this package up. This package is so inexpensive that you could budget this package for $5.47 a day. So for less than $5.50, you can get the complete sales mastery. It's on sale through January 31st for $19.97. February 1st, it will go back up in price. It'll be $29.97, which is still an amazing deal. But hey, if you want to save $1,000 and be able to get world-class training for a whole year, okay, for less than a cup of coffee with a tip, or if you're in California, less than a gallon of gas. So for $5.47 a day, you can get the complete sales mastery. So with the cons here of working on commission is if you don't sell, you don't eat. We just discussed that. That I actually believe is a plus, because it drives us to go out and produce more. It drives us to actually go out, make more sales, and then learn to get better at our art form, get better at our skill, our trade, our craft, and keep doing that at faster and higher amounts. And it's awesome. It is an absolute kick in the pants. If you don't sell, you don't eat. That scares most people. But after a while, once you learn the skill of selling and you have the belief in your product that you're selling, absolute belief, and you know how to listen to a customer when they walk into your store, showroom, or office, and you know how to take the information that they're giving to you, and you can now understand the problem and the pain that they're going through and the reason why they're in front of you looking to solve that problem. You can take that information, you can line up the right product for that customer, and then you can have that customer leave with your product or service and be happy. And now not only have you made a sale, but you've made a great relationship, and you could develop that relationship for many more years to come. And not only, if you do it right, not only will you make the sale the first time, you'll repetitively keep making the sale with the same customer, and they'll want to refer all their friends and family and coworkers to go see you for that same product when they know somebody else is experiencing the problem that they just went through. So if you don't sell, you don't eat. That could be a con to working by commission. So the uncertainty of pay is another con to working by commission. And so a lot of people, they want to know when they wake up in the morning, they go to work, that their money is going to be guaranteed. It's the inconsistency of the uncertainty of consistency of pay. They want to know they can go into that same place, not only punch a clock and get paid per hour. Okay, they want to know they could do that day in and day out, enough to meet their household budget, enough to meet the demands of life. A lot of people don't get into sales or commission jobs because of the pressure put onto them by their managers. The pressure actually is more put onto them by themselves for not being able to have to go out and meet or hit a certain quota. If they're worried, sales will cover household expenses. Having to work weekends. However, in most retail positions in a store setting, if you work in retail, then you're working weekends anyway. You're just getting paid by the hour to work the weekends. That's retail hours. You have to be there. In many cases, you have to be there when the customer is done with their work day. So in the evenings, on the weekends, that's typically when retail commission salespeople make the most of their money. They are available when people are off and they're spending their money that they've made throughout the week. Thoughts of what others will think about your new chosen profession. Thoughts of what your family will think, your colleagues, your close friends, what they're going to say if you jump ship and change careers. Now, you could have a title where you're at right now. Maybe you're a key person. You hold some keys at the grocery store, and you're the evening manager, the shift manager of the cashiers and the operations of the store or the hardware store. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're an assistant manager for a clothing boutique, or Heck, I don't know, maybe you're in some other line of work where you have a really nice title and that your family has complimented you on. Maybe they've told you many times they're proud of where you're at in life, and they know that that pay is going to be you as long as you just aim straight. You're going to probably have that same consistent pay in that title. Maybe after another 10 years, you might move up to the next level. I got to tell you, in commission sales, you could take the titles and you could throw them out the window. I mean, really, it's really based off of you and your earning potential, you and your potential. And so the more we be a service to our customers, you want to know where to start, go through the uh, complete sales mastery course. After 90 days, you'll understand that if you believe in yourself and you take a service approach to helping customers, and you get your conviction across that you're there to help solve a problem and help their needs, you can't lose. I mean, you really can't. When you pay attention to the person that's in front of you and treat them just like, heck, just like they're your mother or your father or the president of the United States, and look to be a service to them, look to serve their needs, and you can't lose. That understanding the sales game and knowing your product line, you'll be a deadly force to compete with. Hourly rate and salary pros. So, hey, the phone lines are open, and if you have an opinion on whether you like to get paid an hourly rate, whether you like to get paid a salary, or whether you like to get paid commission, give us a call, 360-615-2070. We're here and willing to take your calls live over the stream here. Again, that's 360-615-2070. That's the office phone number and sit for the sales department at the Hard Knock State. However, during this live stream, I had asked them to transfer the calls to my cell phone. And so we can take your calls right here, 360-615-2070. So hourly rate and salary pros. Here's the plus side of it. Your guaranteed income. You clock in, you get paid, you clock out, and you go home. Your job may come with health benefits. You're able to partake in government cost of living increases. Boy, I got to tell you, that's one reason why I'd like to get paid by the hour, so I could partake in the government's cost of living increases. Anytime there's a cost of living increase, your dollar's worth less, and that's just primarily due to inflation. But you got to understand, you can't be in it to take advantage of cost of living increases. We want to get our income to a position so where it's so high that we don't even think about the cost of living increases. That didn't even dawn on me. My assistant, John, came up with that one. Know that pay is consistent as long as the hours are being worked. So that's a pro to working by the hour. You know that your pay is going to be consistent as long as you're putting in the hours. If your hourly rate or salary is high enough, one could benefit from future for future expenses. You could budget. You could budget for future expenses. You could budget for emergencies. You could budget for family vacations, but only if your hourly rate or your salary is high enough. And unfortunately, for 76% of U.S. Americans, it's not. 76% of U.S. Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and 64% of U.S. Americans have zero money saved. Those are some staggering statistics, and they are true. It's a darn shame that we live in the United States, the richest economy in the world, one of the richest economies in the world, and 76% of their citizens live paycheck to paycheck, and 64% have no money in savings. The reality is that 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds, they have more money in savings than most adults. And once we hit this thing called the real world, once we hit this thing called life, we understand that it takes money to live in this world and to live in the United States, and it takes a lot of money. And you may have the thought, hey, money doesn't provide happiness. I got to tell you, being able to keep your lights on provides happiness. Being able to see your kids, have the time of their life and create memories on a world-class cruise or on a world-class amusement park week-long vacation, seeing that and knowing they'll be able to hold that memory with them throughout their life. I got to tell you, that to me, I would rather work by commission, find a way to sell a couple more products or services, and be able to make that the norm, and watch that repetitively happen to my children. And knock on wood, because of the 2 decades of sales, we've been able to do that. And I only want that for you and your family. However, 76% of people, the hourly rate or the salary is just not high enough to be able to live the way you truly deserve to live. And so our phone lines are open, 360-615-2070. If you have an opinion, a question, being paid commission or an hourly rate, maybe you have a question about making the jump into the sales industry, or maybe you have a question, or so there's something you're going through right now currently at your work in sales. You keep hitting the same, maybe keep getting hit with the same objections over and over again, and you can't find a way to break through and get the customer in to see some pricing information. Give us a call. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to work it out. Happy to answer your questions and listen to your opinions. Here's the cons, okay? The pay is usually never enough to get ahead in life with an hourly rate. You're not in control of your future. In many cases, it's unfortunate, but a lot of corporations look at employees as tools to get a job done. And so we're nothing more than machinery that doesn't need anything but sleep, water, and food. We don't need any special petroleum. We don't need to be plugged into a socket. And for our lifespan is typically longer than any machinery out there. And so with that, many times we're just tools in order to get the means of a job done. And so they'll have a schedule set in place that they want their hourly employees or salaried employees to work that benefits the company and benefits the job. In many cases, if you're an hourly employee, unless if it's a holiday, during Christmas time, or a time where people are out Labor Day, in many cases you can't work extra hours. So if you're in the need to make extra money, a lot of companies won't let you work past a certain amount of hours, whether that's 36 hours a week or 40 hours a week. They just don't allow overtime. Having to live paycheck to paycheck, we talked about this. 76% of Americans do this, and here's the con. This is the true con. Hopefully, we have this false sense of hope that we're going to work enough hours to contribute to our Social Security, and that we hope it's still going to be available for us when we retire. Hey, if you're a Gen Xer or if you're a millennial, and you think that Social Security is going to be there for when you retire, I mean, you put in an awful lot of money for it. But unfortunately, the statistics are showing that that's not something you can or should rely on. And so, but we have this false sense of hope by working, living paycheck to paycheck and working these hours, that one day we're going to build up a surplus in our Social Security for us to live and retire comfortably. The reality is that's just not possible. So let's do some math. Do you know what the minimum? Do you know that minimum wage is actually a form of government assistance? Minimum wage is actually a form of government assistance. Why do I say that? It's true that the government dictates the minimum a company can pay their employees, and whether you're for unions or not doesn't really matter. But the unions are good in that aspect where they're able to hold companies liable for not paying employees as machinery. And that's where the government steps in also, and it's created a minimum wage. And when that minimum wage goes up, you've partaked in the cost of living increases, because inflation has gone up and your dollar is worth more, or is worth a lot less. And so when that happens, companies are forced to pay their people more. In return, that government assistance that you're getting, because it's a mandate from the government to the companies to pay their people more, the goods and the services are also going to go up. And so that creates additional inflation. So when all this happens, it's just an uphill battle, and you're never going to catch up. You're never going to make enough money to prosper. Let's take a look at the real safety here. I want to show you something with the safety net of being an hourly rate or salary employee versus commission, and why I believe this is a trap. Hourly rate is a trap. Okay, why is it a trap? Because you're paid enough, typically, just enough. If not, in most cases, though, we're not even paid at our break-even point. In many cases, we're paid just at or below our break-even point. It's the hourly the rate. We cut everywhere out of our life, and I had to do this when I was as an hourly employee. I had to cut everywhere. I wasn't able to buy Nike shoes anymore. I wasn't able to go see movies at 7:00 at night, the main showing. When we wanted to go see a movie, we had to go to a matinee where the ticket was half the price. Certain things like that, and the sacrifices you have to make in order to live your life the way you deserve to live it, and the way you should live it. So typically, you're going to work. Let's say, I think they just raised minimum wage here in Washington State to like $16 an hour. Let's just say you make $16 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. Okay, you are making hourly $16, okay, and you're working 40 hours a week. You just made $640. $640 for an entire week. You took 2 days off, 7-day week, you worked 5, okay? And so $640 you've made on a 40-hour work week. You take that $640, let's say you work all 52 weeks out of the year. Now you're making $33,280. The median cost of living is $53K in the United States. So $53K was the last statistic I heard of the median cost of living. So it's going to take both parents, 2 people in a household, to go out and to make the median income or a little bit more. All right. I'm going to show you something. You put in 40 hours of work. You got paid $16 an hour. Hey, that ain't bad, right? I remember when I was working, heck, I mean, I remember I was managing a department over 20 years ago, and I was getting paid $16 an hour. Cost of everything else was a lot cheaper, but I get it. Let's say you're in sales, okay? Now you're getting paid your commission. You're getting paid commission. You took a job. It's 100% commission, and you're selling, I don't know. Let's say you're selling furniture. And you really studied the product line that your furniture store is selling. You've really become a student of the product line. You believe in the product. You know the manufacturer of the product's going to back the product should the consumer have an issue with it. You feel good. You feel confident, right? And now you've picked up a little bit of know-how on the buyers that come into the store, on the customers who come in, and now you're kind of in this little, you're starting to get the hang of the sales game a little bit, and so you start selling some furniture, right? Let's say you sell a couch Let's say you sell a couch. And let's say that couch, let's do this. Let's say the couch, $1,600. Okay. Now let's say the store has a profit margin of 30%. Okay. On that couch. Okay. So, you're talking about $480. And let's say you get paid 30% of that. That's $144. Do you think if you're working at a high volume furniture store, you're just going to sell one couch per week? I doubt it. I think you're probably going to sell a minimum of one couch per day. And even if you took that one couch per day and you times that by, say, 6 days, that's $864. If you took that one couch per day and you times it by 5 days, you just made $720. So if you just sold one piece of furniture per day, one couch a day, maybe one complete dining room set a day, maybe you sold one couch and love seat per day. Let's just say, you're $720. So now you're almost $100 more than the person working hourly using their body to maybe wash dishes, maybe carry lumber, maybe carry cement. Heck, I don't know. Not being treated very well at $16 an hour. The guy works on commission. He gets to walk in. He gets to wear nice clothes. He gets to talk to customers in a friendly manner. He gets to actually find out what the customer is there for, find out why they're in the store, what their needs are, being able to deliver that product and do it every single day for 5 days a week and make more money. Okay. Now here's where the great thing comes in. In most cases, in most stores, let's say you're selling mattresses, you're selling couches, you're selling love seats, you're going to talk to multiple people per day. And so let's say that 144, let's say you're able to get that. You're able to sell two couches a day. So now you're $288 per day. Let's say you sold 3 of them. Okay. You're $432 for 3. Now let's times that by 5 days. Now your pay for 5 days, if you were able to sell 3 pieces of furniture per day, is $21.60. At 2 pieces of furniture per day, 2 couches per day, $576. Whoops. $14.40. These 2 here are going to be more like your typical days. You're selling, if you're good at what you do, heck, you may sell 4 or 5 couches a day. You may take a weekend and you may absolutely crush it. And you may sell 4 bedroom sets. You may sell 3 living room sets. You may get 10 whole complete packages out. And I guarantee, and just in the 2 days, 3 days, heck, you're making $2,000 to $3,000. But we don't want to take the risk. The problem is we don't want to take the risk of uncertainty. We don't want to stop the 16-hour. We don't want to stop the hourly rate. It's a trap. It's security. It's knowing that it's always going to be there, And but look, this is the reason why 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. people who like to work with other people, people who enjoy the company of other people, other human beings, should really give the 100% commission job some real thought and some real consideration. I mean, you just take a look at the math, okay? If you sold three, if we figured a couch is sold for $1,600 and the store's markup was 30%, that's $480. Now, let's say the salesperson gets paid 30% of that. Now that's $144, okay? If they just sold 5 couches, they made 5 sales per week at $720. If they made 2 sales per week or 2 sales per day for a 5-day work week, now their commission is $1,440. And if they made 3 sales, they sold 3 couches a day at $1,600, making a 30% of the gross profit of the couch, which is also 30%. Their pay for a whole week is $2,160. So let's do this. Let's say you worked all 52 weeks out of the year, working at $16 an hour. You're $33,280 a year. Let's say you sold you're selling 3 pieces, 3 units a day in a high volume furniture store. That should be pretty easily doable. But let's take this middle one right here and let's see what that works out to for a yearly income. If you just did this, you'd be getting ahead. If you just did this, you'd be getting ahead. You'd be 11, almost 12,000 more than the median average income in the United States if you were able to find a way to sell 2 couches per day at a cost of where the couch costs the consumer $1,600, and they're going to use that couch for the next 5 years, 3 to 5 years, and you have benefited because you are a service to the customer. You solved their problem, and they were happy with you, they were happy with the store, and they're happy with the product. And you were found a way to do that a couple times a day for 5 days. And you take your days off if you need a special day off because of your daughter's recital. As long as you're producing and you're selling 2 to 3 units a day, who's going to tell you no, you can't take some time off? Go be happy, go be with your family, come back, get refreshed, recharge your batteries, and let's kill it again when you get back. And that's exactly what they're going to say. Now, let's say you're working $16 an hour. Okay, you're working $16 an hour, and you bust your back for the next 40 hours. You're doing the work of 2 or 3 different associates, and you're just busting your hump. And you're asking your boss, hey, let me help. You're always jumping in where you can. You're putting fires out everywhere. You're making $16 an hour. If you did all that work for 40 hours and then you needed to take some extra time off, probably not going to happen. They're probably not going to happen. They're going to say, hey, why'd you stop working that way? For the last 3 weeks, you've been killing it. You've been busting your butt around here doing all this work. You kind of slowed down. Now you're asking for time off. And sorry, our calendar is blacked out over the holidays. It's a scheduling blackout. All hands on duty, and you never get to experience life. Doing it this way, hey, even if you worked, let's say you really turned up the heat, and you put in 1 additional day. And instead of you just working 5 days a week, you work 6 days a week in retail commissions. You're $1,440 if you only sold 2 products a day. Goes up to $1,728. Your yearly income goes from $74,880 to $89,856. So what if you took a year or two, you put in six 6 days a week, you got your income up there. You know, if you were to find a way to sell one extra piece of furniture, and you were able to do that 6 days a week, heck, you've taken the 21, you brought it up to 25, 92, almost $2,600 a week. Now you're making 134 grand a year. 134,784. Working 6 days a week. 134,784 working 6 days a week on 100% commission. Or you can work your 40 hours a week at $16 an hour and make $640 a week. 134,784 will change your life. It's a lifestyle change. If you're a family, if you got two working, if you and your spouse, you and your significant other are still working, you're both working a job. Let's say she's making $16 or he's making $16 an hour, but you put your foot down, you say, I've had enough of living paycheck to paycheck. You decide to go into retail commission sales, and you learn the skill, you learn how to do it right, you learn how to be a service and actually help the customer. You learn it's more about them than it is about the pay, and you all of a sudden start getting rewarded with multiple sales a day. And you do that, you find a way to run at that 6 days a week for the next 2 or 3 years. Do you think that's going to change your future? Do you think that's going to put some money aside for retirement? Hey, I'd love to take your calls and figure out what your thoughts are on this. 360-615-2070. I think hourly wage and salaries are a trap. What do you think? I'd love to take your calls. 360-615-2070. It's the Hard Knock State. We have on sale right now our complete sales mastery program. It's a 12-month training package for $19.97. And with that, it is 12 months access to the #1 online business training platform in the world, Cardone University. You'll learn topics such as cold calling, prospecting, overcoming objections. You'll learn the sales process and much more. You'll learn how to get attention in the market. Companies as large as Google, Microsoft, Salesforce, Audible, Ashley Furniture, Ford, Honda, Chrysler, they use Cardone University to train their people. And there's many more large companies out there that are using Cardone University. There's over 400,000 active users today. And to date, there's also been over 1 billion courses taken. This is a 12-month training program on Cardone University. It is the complete sales mastery. And in addition to the 12 months of Cardone University, you're also going to get 16 weekly group coaching sessions. Where we're going to cover 9 10x sales professional courses, including the principles of how to be a top sales producer, how to maximize every sales opportunity, how to win more deals with less effort, closing and negotiation masterclass, how to get your buyer to say yes, part 1 and part 2. That's part of the 2-day closing and negotiations masterclass. You're going to learn phone sales mastery and 10x follow-up, simple strategies to 10x your sales. You're also going to learn the 10x professional, how to guarantee you earn 10x the money, and 10x money principles, $1 million strategies to build indestructible wealth. What you're going to get out of this is you're going to learn how to develop the mindset of a top sales producer. You'll learn to see opportunities, sales opportunities, opportunities for growth and increase at every corner. You'll learn the perfect sales process and the understanding of how to implement that perfect sales process daily. You'll start selling your products and your services for more money because you're going to be providing a higher level of service, and the customer, based off of your service and the way you're starting to sell, the way you're going through this and evolving as a sales professional, your customer will realize that there's a whole lot more value here than what they thought going into it. Uh, you'll learn a skill and a trade that will be useful in any economy and in any marketplace. Um, why me? Why Greg Nelson as your sales trainer? Well, I've been a sales professional for over 20 years. I've been in retail commission sales. I've been in business for over 30 years. I've climbed two different ladders in two different industries. I've also been a business owner in a couple different industries. I got to tell you, for the past over half of a decade, in a more or less a corporate environment, I trained and coached sales professionals, new into the sales industry, and people at the intermediate skill level on how to sell more, sell consistently, and earn each sale. And now coming into the marketplace, we've had our business up for about 6 months now, and things are starting to click. And we're being able to help more and more people every single day. It is my mission from now moving forward to help 10 million people understand they can get whatever they want out of life and they can live a successful life through a rewarding and long-lasting career in the sales industry. I have a complete knowledge and understanding of the sales process, and I know exactly what it takes to go from not knowing anything, being new, being green in the sales industry, to being a top producer. I'm a certified coach, and I'm also a certified Grant Cardone licensee who is certified to deliver you Grant's proven successful training material like his 10X sales professional courses and Cardone University. So if you go to thehardknockstate.com, thehardknockstate.com, scroll to the bottom of the page. At the very bottom of my product section in the right-hand corner is the Complete Sales Mastery. And the Complete Sales Mastery, it is on sale right now at $1,000 off. I put it off as my holiday hangover special. I decided to continue the special through January 31st. On February 1st, the price is going to be going back up. Again, you're going to get 12 months access to Cardone University's 800 courses. It's the #1 training platform in the world with over 1 billion courses taken and over 400,000 active users. Now you're going to get 4 months, that's 16 individual weekly group training coaching sessions. Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to cover 9 10X sales professional courses during this. You're going to learn the principles on how to be a top producer. In 90 days, your income is going to completely change. You do your daily training through Cardone University, 10 to 15 minutes a day, and you hop on one weekly live group training session where we go over these courses. We leave about 10 to 15 minutes in each course. These are small classes, 10 to 15 people per class size. And you're going to have enough time to get your questions answered. Maybe you're going through some situations at work. You can't overcome certain objections. You think you're going down the sales process. You can't really figure out where you're going wrong. You're having a difficult time getting from the customer from the showroom. You're having a difficult time getting the customer from the car lot, from the display area to walk over to your desk to sit down and looking at pricing information on the product or service that they came in to get more information on. The reality is consumers in today's world, they do 40 hours of research on that one product or service that they've come into your store to see. Maybe they've done 40 hours of research on that one product or service. They want to get a little bit more information. They're coming to you for more information. More importantly, they're coming to you to solve a problem. Wouldn't it be great to learn how to handle the customer and let the customer know you have the right solution to their problem in a effective and logical manner? And you're going to learn how to do all that. You're going to learn to become a true sales professional through the giving of a higher level of service. So not only are you going to keep studying your product lineup, and you're going to become a master in your product knowledge, you're also going to become a master in the people business. Because the reality is you are in the people business. You're not in the X business. You're not in the car business. You're not in the stove and spa business. You're not in the insurance business. You're in the people business. If real estate is a business, I get it, but you're dealing with human beings. You're dealing with people. You're in the people business, and people all buy very similar, very much the same way. In addition, every sale, the beautiful thing is every sale is slightly different. And so it's not the same thing you're going to go through day in and day out. Once you get the confidence and you get the understanding of this skill, this trade called selling, you're going to be completely unstoppable, and you can go move forward in life and create that lifestyle and the income that you want because you've learned the skill of selling. You've learned how to negotiate. You've learned how to ask confidently for the money in return for the product or the service that the customer needs. And you know how to handle and solve your customers' problems. So the complete sales mastery is $1,000 off, 1997, February 1st. It will go back up. Ironically enough, in the first week of February, I'm planning on being in Arizona. So the videos, the live streams, they'll be coming out of Arizona probably for that week. And then, gosh, I think the second or third week in February, we have Grant Cardone's 10X growth conference in Las Vegas. And so hopefully you've already gotten your tickets to that. I think the 10X Growth Con is sold out. There may be a few tickets lingering. If you go to the website here and you click on See Grant Cardone Live, that opens up my Shopify store. And once this loads up here, we can see if there's any tickets left. So if you want to see Grant Cardone live, at the top of my website page, click on See Grant Cardone Live, and then all of his digital downloads, business bootcamp tickets, business bootcamp tickets, real estate summits, 10X Growth Con tickets, Elena Cardone's mastermind workshops. They're all right here. And it looks like business bootcamp, real estate summit. Yeah, they may be 10X Growth Con tickets may be sold out, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, if you're a business owner or you're a sales manager and you really want to get the edge on your competition, you really want to get the edge, don't miss the 10X Business Bootcamp. Next one is coming up is going to be this month in January, and then there's going to be another one in May. The 10X Business Boot Camps are phenomenal. 2-3 day workshops, absolutely mind-blowing. You'll get strategies where you can actually you'll be texting your staff. I guarantee you'll be texting your staff later in the day on strategies that you've learned that you want implemented by the time you get back from the conference. And the 10X Business Bootcamp, it changes businesses. Businesses that go to the 10X Business Bootcamp, when they're done with it, after they go, they've turned a corner in their business, and their growth chart is starting to look like almost vertical. It is true rocket fuel for your business. So is the complete sales mastery. If you're an individual, you're a sales professional, maybe you're getting some good product knowledge, but you're not really getting sales training knowledge. You're not really learning the game. You know, you look around kind of in your office or your showroom, and there's always those one or two guys that no matter what's going on in the economy, no matter what's going on with the weather outside, no matter what time of year it is, man, they're just clicking. They're always with the customer. They're always sitting down, showing up a proposal. They're always closing deals. They're always delivering products. And you just see them. You forget that they're there throughout the day because they're always engaged with somebody else. And these people, they've understood something. These are your top performers. They're your top producers at your store or your showroom. They figured something out. And going through this complete sales mastery, you can figure it out too. You'll understand, you'll gain the habit after 90 days. And actually, I think it could take as short as 21 days to develop a habit, but you'll learn the habit and you'll learn the understanding of what they're doing. You'll actually see the information that you're learning, you'll see it in those individuals. And once you have an understanding of where they're at, what's stopping most average sales people from becoming a top producer is the lack of understanding of where they're at. Um, and what that top producer's knowledge is. So again, the complete sales mastery, 12 months access to Cardone University, over 800 over 800 sales and business training courses. You're going to learn cold calling, prospecting, closing and negotiations, how to get attention in the market, 4 months, 16-week group sales training sessions, getting your questions answered, learning how we can get you past the roadblock or the barrier that you're going through at your work, plus 9 10x sales professional courses. It is a 12-month training program. You'll learn principles on how to be a top sales producer, how to maximize every sale, how to win deals with less effort, closing and negotiations masterclass, part 1 and part 2, how to get your buyer to say yes. You're going to learn phone sales mastery, how to master the most valuable tool in your business, 10x follow-up, simple strategies to double your sales, 10x sales professional, how to guarantee you earn 10x the money, 10x money principles, $1 million strategies to build indestructible wealth. The phone lines are open. If you have any questions about commission, being paid a commission versus being paid an hourly rate, if you like one over the other, let us know what it is. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to answer any questions. Maybe you're just fearful of being able to break through to make the jump to a 100% commission job, but deep down, you'd be good at it. Maybe I can help you get over that hurdle. Let's not forget the Complete Sales Mastery. One more time, is a 12-month training program. It's on sale through January 31st. You're going to save $1,000. Currently, it's on sale for $19.97. We accept all major credit cards. Go to thehardknockstate.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, the bottom of the product section, and in the right-hand corner, click on the Complete Sales Mastery, apply to your cart, finish your transaction. You can, look, if you could justify spending $5 to $10 a day on a cup of coffee, you could justify spending $5.47 per day on your future. You can invest $5.47 a day on your economic future. You can budget $5.47 a day for your financial prosperity, and you can budget $5.47 per day for you to learn a new skill in a trade that will benefit you in every aspect of life. Everywhere you go, you have to negotiate. You have to voice your opinion. You have to get your point of view across to others, whether you have kids and you're a stay-at-home parent. You've got to constantly be selling your children on your idea of what's right versus what's wrong. And if you're in anything you do, even if you're driving in traffic, you have to negotiate your way through traffic. And learning the skills of how to negotiate, learning the skills on how to be a sales professional, you could take it to any industry and it will benefit you in all areas of life. So for $5.47 a day, it's $19.97. You can go to thehardknockstate.com, take advantage of it. January 31st is going back up a price. It is my mission to help 10 million people understand and have them understand that they can live a successful life through a rewarding career in sales. And being able to effectively communicate your opinion towards others and persuade others to see your side of things is how you're going to advance and move forward in life. Remember, you can make $16 an hour if you work 40 hours a week. Okay. And I think it was, what was it? $640. Or we showed you a way to where you can do the same job. Let's say you put in 6 days a week.
in 100% commission position. We had the analogy of selling furniture, selling couches. We had a fictitious sectional couch. It's really nice. It was comfortable. It felt like a dream. Felt like I was floating on a cloud, and it only cost me $1,600. Cost the consumer $1,600. And the store we worked for had a hypothetical gross profit margin of 30%. The salesperson, in addition, was paid an additional 30% on that couch when they went ahead and sold and delivered that couch, and the monies were collected. The customer took that couch home. They're going to enjoy sitting on that nice cloud, pillow top couch, that sectional. They're going to enjoy it for the next 3 to 5 years. The salesperson made $144 on that commission. The salesperson found a way to duplicate that same process to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They found a way to duplicate that process to Mr. and Mrs. Cleaver and Mr. and Mrs. Jones. They ended up doing that, selling 3 couches every day for 6 days a week. And before they knew it, at the end of the year, they made $134,000 just by figuring out a way to sell 3 couches a day, making 30% commission off of 30% of the gross profit of the couch. And with that, we're still struggling to find out why we can't find a way to not work by the hour. I got to tell you, as I said, you know my opinion of it. Working by the hour is a trap. And there's a reason why 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and 64% don't have any money in savings. If you have any questions, my phone lines are open right now. And we are going through the complete sales mastery. We're actually talking today, today's topic is commission, getting paid 100% commission versus getting paid an hourly rate. And so I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to see what your opinion on the topic is. I'd love to answer any questions you may have or help you out through anything you're going through in your current sales or current job position. 360-615-2070. My name is Greg. I own a sales training company called The Hard Knock State. I'm also a certified grant agency, again, certified to deliver grants, proven successful 10x training material to businesses and individuals, and help them, show them how they can sell more, sell consistently, and earn more on each sale. I got to tell you, if you're new in sales, maybe you've been doing sales for some time, you've been in it like 6 months, half a year, and you got in it with a little bit different expectation. You just thought you were going to make more money. You've seen a couple individuals, that are really hitting it, but it seems like, gosh, the rest of the people are just kind of just getting by. Well, what are those 1 or 2 people that are really hitting it? What's going through their mind? What are they thinking differently than the rest are? And what are they doing differently than what you're doing? My complete sales mastery program is a 12-month sales training program. You're going to get 2 different aspects of this. You're going to get 12 months access to Cardone University. And so you can access this and use daily training every day when you wake up, right before you go to work. Maybe you're at work, you just log in on your computer. You can access it from any device that has internet or data connection. Cell phone, tablet, laptop computers, desktop computers can all access Cardone University. The training segments are usually anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes long. So you can watch 2 to 4 of those a day, every day. You can get your training in 10 or 15 minutes, and then you can pop back out and engage with your customers and implement that information immediately. You're also going to get 4 months of live weekly group sales training. We have small class sizes, 10 to 15 people in each class. We're going to go over grants, proven successful 10x sales professional courses. The class is going to run about 45 minutes long. I'm going to leave 10 to 15 minutes at the end of it for Q&A to where we can answer your questions, get your problem solved, make sure you have complete quality of the understanding of this information, and make sure you have an understanding of how you can turn around, go right back to work, either the next day or that same day. Jump right back in, start engaging with customers, and use that information. In 90 days, you're going to develop some different kind of habits. You're going to develop confidence in yourself. You're going to develop confidence in your product, confidence in your new sales process, and you're going to learn to sell more, sell consistently, and earn more on each sale. So much that people are going to be asking you how long you really been in the car business. Come on, you told us this is your first year your first year in the sales industry. How long have you really been doing this? I mean, John over here, he's putting out just only 1 or 2 more units than you are, and he's been doing it for 10 years. Come on, you haven't really been doing this for 6 months. But it's true. You're going to go through this course. You're going to be in a different lifestyle. We just went through it. We went through the math. If you're working per hour, it's a trap. It's a trap, and you're never going to get ahead. Learn to take your talent, learn to get paid what your potential is, learn a new skill, and learn. Look, you go to college to learn sales, business and sales. You spent about 40 grand over the 10 grand a year, 10, 15, 20 grand a year to go through a 4-year university to get a degree in sales. When the material I'm teaching, you can do 12 months of training, have real life world applications, not theory, not philosophy, real proven successful applications that you can implement immediately and increase your sales. Not only increase your sales, increase your income. We've showed you a way where you could just learn to sell, learn the skill of selling, hop into the furniture industry and sell 3 couches a day and make $134,000 per year. Most sales organizations don't cap your earning potential, because the more you sell, the more the company makes, and the more you sell, the more customers you gain for the company. And so it is a win-win situation all around. Now, the phone number is 360-615-2070. And so let's talk about this again here. Commission versus hourly rate and salary. Give us a call at 360-615-2070. Let us know what you prefer. Is your chosen method of how you currently get paid, is that going to get you to where you need to go in life? And have you done the math to figure out what it's going to take to get you to where you want to go in life? Doing the math is huge. You want to know, hey, we all want to sell more, right? We all want to sell more. We all want to do better than what we did last year. The typical top 2 New Year's resolutions is 1, to lose weight, and it's 2, to make more money. I've said it all week long. I can help you with number 2. I can help you make more money by understanding and implementing Grant Cardone's proven successful sales training material. And so we need to do the math. We need to figure out where it is we want to go, why we want to go there, and we need to figure out the math on what it's going to take in order for us to get there. And so with the commission here, let me just go back to this here. I got to tell you, the pros of earning sales commissions, 100% commission versus working hourly, is there's no special skills or schooling needed in most cases. For most jobs, sales jobs, retail commission, sales jobs out there, no schooling is required. In fact, most selling organizations will hire you without sales experience. No need to know how to operate special equipment or fancy software. You can work in all environments, all conditions, and all climates. I tell you what, they sell kitchen appliances in Alaska. Did you know they sell kitchen appliances in Denmark? Did you know they sell kitchen appliances in Japan? It doesn't matter where you go. The beautiful thing is once you learn to sell, you can sell anything. If you love selling kitchen appliances and you just hate the climate you live in, maybe you live in the Pacific Northwest where it's raining 8 months out of the year and it's like 45 degrees 8 months out of the year. And maybe you want to go to a sunnier, warmer climate to where you can experience 8 months of sunshine a year and 8 months of 75 to 80 degree weather a year. You can move and you could take that skill that you learned and you could go sell kitchen appliances in a sunny area. Countless industries need salespeople and are willing to pay generously for it. Like I said, many retail sales organizations, your earning potential is unlimited. In many 100% commission jobs, again, there's no cap on your earning. You can earn money from your first sale. And many of these commission jobs also have flexible hours. Hey, if you're good and you want to get into outside sales, we're hiring for 5 different territories in Western Washington. It's remote. There's no schedule. You don't have to wake up and punch in a clock. You just got to produce. And so there'll be a certain number, certain quota you got to hit every month. And if you can't do that, we offer free daily training. We offer so much training. You'll have sales training coming out of your ears, but we want to do that to make sure you're successful in your new sales career. But with that, hey, if you need to take a Tuesday off, or if you maybe had a really rough night, couldn't get to bed until 1 or 2 in the morning, and you need to sleep in until 10, 11 o'clock, you're more than welcome to do that. You work remotely from home. You just need to be able to make enough calls, meet enough people, and close enough deals. And by doing that, being it's 100% commission, as long as you get that done, a lot of these employers, they really don't care. Once the skill has been learned, as we said, you could take it to any other industries. Now, here's the con. Here's the downfall to working by 100% commission. If you don't sell, you don't eat. If you don't sell, your bills don't get paid. It's the uncertainty of the pay, the uncertainty of when that next sale is going to happen, and the uncertainty of the consistency of the pay. Maybe you had a good week. Maybe you just started off in your sales career. When you decided to take that jump, first week was okay. Second week was better. Third week, you're absolutely killing it. But you're uncertain that the fourth, fifth, and sixth week are going to do the same as the first 3 weeks. Worried if the amount of sales you make are going to cover your household expenses. Here's another con: having to work weekends. A lot of retail commission jobs, you do have to work weekends. However, there are many sales jobs out there where you're working business to business, B2B, and you're working 5 days a week. You get the weekends off. But the reality is if you're working an hourly rate, chances are you're working in retail yourself. You're just getting paid per hour to work, and therefore you're going to be forced to work holidays and weekends. Got to work those retail hours. And if you're in retail commission sales, we have to be there when the people, the average people, the people who aren't in retail commission sales, we have to be there to service those people, because they're the majority. And they typically are the people who have the weekends off and the holidays off. Here's some of the positives of getting paid an hourly rate or a salary. You got a guaranteed income. Punch the clock. When you get in, you punch the clock and you go home. Many of these jobs will come with health benefits because the hourly wage is so small. You'll be able to partake in government programs such as cost of living increases. And you'll know that your pay is consistent as long as the hours are being put in. As long as you show up and punch that clock and you get on the floor and you start working, or maybe you get on the factory line and you just take your spot, you're going to know you're going to make some money. If the hourly rate or salary is high enough, and it's not for 76% of most US Americans. However, if you're one of the lucky few, and if your hourly rate is high enough, you could budget for future expenses. You could budget for family vacations, and you could budget for retirement. Unfortunately, for 76% of US Americans, that's not the case. Here's the downfall of working by hour or getting paid a salary. Typically, the hourly rate or the salary is low. Okay, it is the bare minimum. If you are working an hourly or salary plus commission, many cases your commission is capped, and it's a very small percentage of the sale. You're exchanging labor and hard work for dollars, and if you are In construction, you know this to be true. If you are a janitor or if you're in some other labor type profession, you know you're exchanging your hard-earned labor. You're breaking your back, you're breaking your knees, you're busting up your hands, and you're doing that for an hourly dollar amount. You still have to work weekends in most cases in retail environments. If you want to get ahead, and it's not going to be by picking up extra hours, you're going to have to go and ask your boss for a raise. And or if you work in a union environment, you're going to have to wait for your raise to come based off the amount of hours you've worked. The amount of hours that you've invested into the company will determine how much of a raise you get. So you could bust your hump, bust your back for 2-3 weeks straight. You could do your job of 2 or 3 different sales associates out there, but you're not going to get a raise. You're going to get a raise just like everybody else who's slacking. You're going to get a raise just like everybody else who, is working at a fraction of the speed that you're working at, because it's a union, and that's how it works. It's equality for everyone. If you're working an hourly retail job, typically hours worked are never consistent. You're never working the same time, the same schedule every single day, and rarely do you have the same 2 days off. Usually, you rarely do you have 2 days off back to back. In many retail stores, you're working mornings 2 or 3 days, you're working evenings 2 or 3 days, you're taking 1 day off in between, and so your days are broken up, which makes it hard and difficult to plan for family vacations, future events, holidays, birthdays, children's school events, etc. Just some of the reasons why I believe working a commission is so much better. Usually the pay is never working by the hour is never enough to get ahead in life. You're never in control of your future. In many cases, you're just looked at as a tool by the company to get a job done. In many cases, if you can't work the extra hours, if you need the extra money, no overtime. Many of these people, again, 76% of us U.S. Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And here's a false belief, or the downfall is and another reason why I believe hourly rate is a trap is because you think that hopefully one day you're going to work enough hours and you're going to put enough is going to be taken out of each paycheck to go into the Social Security pool, that you think that Social Security is going to be there when you retire. And if you're a Gen Xer or a millennium and you're banking on the fact that Social Security is going to be there when you retire because of the amount of money that they're taking out of your paycheck, I got to tell you, you're probably greatly mistaken. We don't really know if or if not Social Security is going to be there when we retire, but all the signs are pointing to no. And they're pointing to Social Security being done a decade or so, maybe even sooner. So if you have any questions, give us a call, 360-615-2070. I got to tell you, my complete sales mastery program is on sale right now. It is on sale for $19.97. It's $1,000 off my regular price. You're going to get 12 months of Cardone University. You're going to get 4 months of weekly live group training sessions covering 9 10x sales professional courses. I would love to be able to help you sell more, sell consistently, and earn more on each paycheck. The company's name again is the Hard Knock State. Throw a .com at the end, it'll take you right to the website. Google Hard Knock State will pop right up at the front. And then you scroll through, you can read through the website, the information on the website there, but you can scroll down and to the very bottom of the page, the very bottom of the site, so you get to my complete sales mastery, add that to your cart. We take all major credit cards. We will call you or get a hold of you within 24 hours to finish the setup of your Cardone University and to give you the login information for the weekly group training sessions. I'd love to help you out. I'd love to make 2023 your best income year yet. And if you're in sales right now, if you are an average producer, or you're a new hire, or you're new into the sales industry and you want to get a competitive edge and you don't want to wait a year or two in order to figure things out, the Complete Sales Mastery Package, in 90 days, you'll develop habits they'll never be able to take away from you. You'll have a complete understanding of the complete sales process, the perfect, Grant Cardone's perfect sales process. You'll have an understanding and know-how how you could do it with every customer every time, to make sure you get a written proposal in the customer every time, to where you'll have the opportunity to negotiate and close more deals than ever before. And again, for most people, if you just sold 3 extra deals a month would be a different lifestyle than what you've currently been living. But we want to find a way for you to 10x that. We want to get you to, heck, we want to get you to 6+ more deals per month. And we want to, by doing that, you're going to no doubt be a top producer in your store, your showroom, your office, your organization. But you're going to live a lifestyle that you never thought was possible. And we're going to teach you to do that consistently, year in and year out. And again, it is my mission to help you understand that you can live a successful life through a rewarding career in sales. Give us a call, 360-615-2070. My name is Greg. Company is thehardknockstate.com. If you're seeing us on LinkedIn, you could direct message me should you have any questions. Leave me a comment on YouTube, leave me a comment on Facebook, or go to The Hard Knock State. You can get a hold of us on our website chat, or you can call us directly at 360-615-2070, or you can hit us up on our contact now and send us an email. I'd love to chat with you soon, and we'll see you Wednesday for the Complete Sales Mastery weekly group training sessions. Thank you again.